We've been fighting all day, back and forth. He has my iPad, I have his phone, I had the key to his truck because he's on his second DUI. I saw him completely intoxicated, passed out in his truck. I took his keys from him. I came back to bring them to him. I wouldn't let him get in my car because I didn't want him to destroy everything because at my house I have no front door now. He broke my kitchen table. All the other shit that's broken in my house. So I was nice enough to bring him his key. I told him he could ride in the back of the truck. I took him around the corner where his truck was parked. As soon as he got out of the back of the truck, he reached in the back of his truck, grabbed a baseball bat, and started smashing my truck.
Okay, and this yours and this his?
Yep.
Okay. And all that happened just right here, or?
It happened right around the corner off of Rodeo where it turns around.
Okay.
That sharp turn.
And I'll send you more information, but let them check you out first now. Hey there. You all right? Mm-hmm. Let's come over here to maybe let's wash your hands off.
No.
What's your name?
We don't need your friends, so I appreciate your cooperation.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry. To your knowledge, like, why would he be saying don't let her in your house?
There's a long history of violence between the two of those guys, and I mean, it's just they hate each other. I don't know why they do this shit, but it's just. I mean, I've never been around her. I've only met her like. This would be really the second time in 2 years that I've met her that close.
Have you ever observed her get physical with him?
No, like I said, this typically everything happens in Albuquerque. She lives in Albuquerque, and for the most part, he's been in Albuquerque. Like I say, typically for the past 2 years, they've been on again, off again every other week.
Okay.
So but
Hey, you come back and
but no, I've never seen them like get physical with each other. Actually, I've never been around. They have. I know they do.
Okay. So, your point of view, you have no reason to think that she would come here to harm you, or? Okay.
She's never fucked with me. I don't even. She's tried. She doesn't like. She's never actually tried to physically fuck with me, but mentally with text messages and stuff. I do respond. I don't even respond to her.
I see. Okay.
Typically, I did last night. I shouldn't have last night, but last night, whatever happened between the two of them. Then he didn't have a phone, so I let him use my phone, and then she was calling me and texting me. So, like I told her, like two of them should never fucking do that. They should never. I don't know what their deal is. They need to get the hell away from their children.
Have either of them ever mentioned to you about, like, wanting to harm the other?
I'm sure I've got some choice text messages. Not harm each other, I guess, but of course, like, I don't know if I've gotten text messages like physically saying I'm gonna hurt this person. I've heard all kinds of shit, but he used to stay here. If I'm gonna stay here, he'd sit in the front arguing back and forth. They say a lot of shit to each other.
It's a toxic relationship. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Cool. So that was my question. Thank you.
30. I don't remember. 30. Yeah, 30. Yeah. I can't drive it home.
You got a few options. You can go come get it. Family member, come get it. I don't know if I think Mr. King or one of his resident, but that we know. We're gonna be towing this vehicle.
That one,
Yeah, that one definitely be towing stuff like that. You gotta be close by that. And you say you live in Pearl, right?
I live in Albuquerque.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, because of the damaged windows and that's going to be shatter, getting your face. That's going to cause a further accident. And we definitely don't want that. Do you have somebody, or are you on the phone with somebody to come?
They're gonna come
Come
in.
pick you up? Okay.
They're an hour away.
They're an hour away? Alright.
What insurance company do you have?
Liberty Mutual.
Okay. So we can get you a tow truck, or you can call them and see how they would want to handle it if they have a tow company. But we can definitely get one started for you, and they can tow it where you want it to go. Okay. Or they can tow it to their yard, and then your insurance company will take it from there and handle it.
Do that. That's,
Absolutely.
thank you.
All right, Joanna, we're gonna get out of here. Best of luck to you, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, take care.
Thank
You
you,
guys
Before I
good?
get coffee, can
Thank
pick
you,
up
guys.
your man?
Huh?
Can pick up your lucky? It'll be very fast, okay?
Just don't forget her ID still on the truck bed. So they don't drive off with her.
I don't think you need to be moved.
Let me get a, if you have belongings and stuff like that in there, we can get them when the tow truck comes. And then you can just let your insurance company take care of it for you.
Ask him if he's willing to give me my iPad that he has.
Where's your iPad?
It's in his vehicle. One iPad is in my vehicle if he didn't take it, and the other one's in his.
In his truck right here?
It's in that one.
In the Jeep? I guess he has her iPad in the Jeep. Is he in your unit or?
Yeah, he's in my unit.
Okay. So if we could just ask him if she could retrieve the iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
On what start? You want it from the beginning?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
on Thursday, I got a phone call. He's had a history of substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and I got harassing phone calls from his steroid dealer before. And on Thursday, I got a fucking phone call in the middle of the day saying that they met at a hotel and that he's doing steroids and that he's drinking again and that he is sleeping with girls in the hotels.
Okay.
So I called him up and started screaming at him.
Okay.
And I don't believe anything he has to say. And then I was talking to him on FaceTime because I can tell if he's intoxicated because he has a drinking problem.
Okay.
And he kept lying to me and saying he wasn't drunk. And I was like, and this is why I don't believe you about the phone call I got, because you lie about everything else.
Okay.
So it went on and on and on. I have his, when I came to see him in Santa Fe, he was parked around the corner. I have pictures of him completely passed the fuck out in his truck on the
That's
side
today,
of the
right?
road. No, that was yesterday.
Okay.
Passed out, unconscious in his truck. I took his keys away and I took his phone. He took my iPad.
Okay.
And I was coming back, and then when he came to my house, he came to my house to get his phone at 4 o'clock this morning, threw a rock through my front window, or not my front window, through my front door window. And then he left, and then he came back to fix my door, and instead of fixing my door, he broke my kitchen table, he broke my vacuum, he ripped my stuff off my walls, he smashed my nightstand,
Okay.
he punched out the window of my bedroom.
Okay.
So I let everything cool down. I told him I would come get it because my son's coming home tomorrow. I have no front door. So he was coming to fix it, or I was bringing him his keys. We had a deal. As soon as I dropped him off at his truck, I made him sit in the back, and I was a bitch, and I told him he can sit in the back like a dog. Because he wasn't going to get in the car with me because I wasn't going to risk him hitting me or grabbing the steering wheel and killing us. So he got to ride in the back. And as soon as he got out, he grabbed a baseball bat out of the truck and started beating the shit out of my truck. I put it in reverse. He chased me down and kept hitting it.
Okay. I got all that. So the other part that he threw a rock at the resident, that's in Albuquerque,
That's
right?
in Albuquerque. I did
Okay.
not call the police. I
Okay,
should have.
okay, and then he's punching everything, damaging stuff. That's in Albuquerque. Okay, so but that happened around about, you said 4?
So one was at 4 o'clock this morning when he
Okay.
did the front door, and then it was this afternoon when he did it.
Okay, so let's fast forward. So after he did that, then you drove here to San.
That was hours later.
Okay, I was like, you drove here, and
To meet him,
to meet him. Where
to
here?
give him his key.
Okay, you met him here to give him his key, and what transpired after that? You said you let him.
I made him get in the back of the car so I could take him to his truck around the corner.
Okay, gotcha.
And when I dropped him off, he got out of the back of the truck, grabbed a baseball bat, and told me this is what he had planned the whole time. He was never going to give me my shit back or fixed it.
So you saying he got you here and he got mad at you and then
Because I told him he was a dog that could sit in the back of my truck.
He's a dog that sit back in the truck. And was he intoxicated, drinking before that?
My guess is, the way he's acting, my guess would be that he is.
Okay, how about any substance abuse?
I know he has a history of using steroids. I know he smokes marijuana. He also just got put on a year probation for physically assaulting me back in November. They just signed the plea agreement last week.
Okay, so there's no order of protection between y'all guys, anything like that? Y'all have any children together, anything like
Fuck
that?
no.
Okay. All right. Okay, so after he broke the windows out of your vehicle, what happened then?
When he was hitting my car with the truck with a baseball
Yeah,
bat, I put it in reverse and I tried to drive away, and he kept chasing me down.
Okay, he got in his vehicle and started chasing you down.
Yeah,
okay.
as I was calling you guys.
Okay, you was calling me down, and what brought you to this residence right here?
Because I was right around the corner and I was bleeding, and I asked his friend for help because he had left. And then when I went to the door, he came back around, got in my car, stole my keys, spilled the soda all over the inside of the car, hit the rubbing alcohol out of my hand, and told me to leave his friends the fuck alone, and I could fucking bleed all over the place.
Okay.
And all I was doing was going to get help.
Alright. Gotcha. Makes sense now. So you got your phone, and then were you able to call somebody to come?
Yeah, they're an hour away.
Yeah, hour away? Okay. So when he was breaking your window out and stuff like that, what is he saying to you?
He told me I'm a fucking dog, you fucking bitch, you fucking cunt, you fucking whore. Something along those lines.
Okay. Any neighbors step outside? Anything like that?
Those neighbors were outside.
They were right here, or
I saw the guy peeking around the corner at this house.
okay, with the black car or white car?
Where the black car is. The neighbor was outside.
Yeah, so I only caught some of that. What happened to the back window?
He hit it with a baseball bat.
When was that? That was today?
Today.
Watch behind you.
All of this truck stuff happened today.
So he hit it. You know how many times he hit it?
Let's see. He hit the front windshield at least 3 times.
Okay.
He hit that one at least 2. He hit the side of the door right there. He hit the gas tank thing off. He hit the side of the truck right there.
Okay. When did you guys buy this truck?
Not we. Not we.
You.
I pay my own bills.
Okay, when did
Last
you
week.
buy it? Last week. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Hey, sir. So, I mean, on the...
Chilly out here. What was your name, ma'am?
Joanna.
Joanna. So Joanna, first of all, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Like,
It's my own fault. I shouldn't have come here.
well, regardless, like that's a very like traumatic experience.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
You were inside the vehicle while he started
I was
striking you?
driving away.
Okay. The questions that I asked may seem silly, but the reason I ask them is because I can't assume your point of view. So I just want to clarify.
That's fine.
Why were you driving away?
Because he grabbed a baseball bat out of the back of his truck and told me I was a fucking bitch and a whore and some other shit and started swinging.
Okay.
And
What
he said
were you in fear of?
that he was going to hit me because that's what's happened before.
Okay. And so he was hitting your truck. From the way it looks, you say, and with your statement of you backing up, he was over here.
Yeah, so if you think we're on that curve, the curve is coming this way towards Rodeo around, so he was parked there.
Okay.
I pulled
okay,
in
that's
right
'cause it
behind
used to
him.
happen over there.
He got out of the back, and I said, so instead of the key, me handing it to him because I was scared, I tossed it in the bed of his truck. When he came back out, he came out with a baseball bat, started screaming and yelling, and started swinging. I put the truck in reverse. He started hitting the windshield. I swerved this way, like I came around this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know I had a hard time because I just got it, so shifting to get it. And I remember putting it in reverse, and then I remember trying to put it in drive and go back around.
Okay.
And he just kept hitting it.
Did he ever make contact with you? Did the bat ever make contact with you?
No, it didn't go through the window. I got away in time.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to word this question. Okay. So you came back here. Were you back in your truck by the time he came over here?
Came back here?
Yes.
No. So when I left,
Uh-huh.
he followed me and I was on the phone with 911 the whole time. 911 told me to stop where I was. I was at the corner of this street right here.
Okay. So he was right on your tail.
He was right on my tail the whole
Okay.
time. He came down this way, I think he got something out of that Jeep, or I honestly don't know. He came this way for something. When he left the way, I noticed I was bleeding everywhere, so I came and knocked on Aaron's door to see if he would give me paper towels. He came out with paper towels and rubbing alcohol. David came back around. David started screaming. Aaron was outside.
Where were you when he started screaming?
I was on the front porch sitting on the thing.
Okay.
Aaron told me to have a seat. He gave me rubbing alcohol. David came, slapped the rubbing alcohol out of my hand, told me to get the fuck away from his friends and to fucking get the fuck off the property.
Did he have anything in his hands at the time?
I think he might have had the keys because he got in my truck, got his phone out, and he stole my keys.
Okay.
And spilled the soda all over the inside of the car.
Okay. But he wasn't still carrying the bat when he
No,
approached you on
the
the
bat-
porch? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. That paints a much better picture. So we know like how to document this and what exactly to charge. As far as the damage and the stuff that happened in Albuquerque earlier today, is there a reason you didn't report it to APD?
It's just been a real stressful, ongoing thing, and they don't do anything. The last time he slashed, I have 3 vehicles, and he slashed 3 of my tires. And the cop said, I had no way to prove it. And I said, well, it's funny, he met me at TJ Maxx, came out, we got into a fight, came out, my tire was slashed, I watched him walk across the parking lot, leave. And then I came home, and what a coincidence, my other car's tires were slashed. So they did nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to trust a system that hasn't helped you. I get that.
I didn't even want to call today, but I was in fear that he was going
No.
to keep hitting me, or hitting the...
I'm glad that you did. I'm really glad that you did. The cuts to your face, and you have cuts on your hands?
Yeah, and my legs.
Okay. Are all of those from the glass? Okay. So none of them are from him, like, striking you in the face?
Last night, or this morning, he just shoved me down in the garage.
Okay. Did the paramedics check that out?
I told them about it. They didn't really look at it.
Okay. It's up to you. That looks like a really nasty bruise.
No, it's
but maybe tomorrow
bad.
go to urgent care or something. Maybe get an x-ray to make sure it's not... Come sit in my car. It's too cold out here. I'll have you sit in the back seat, if you don't mind.
It's okay.
Okay.
As long as you don't take me to jail.
No.
Joe and Seagull. I'm glad I've never been in the back of one of these before. This isn't comfortable at all.
I know those seats are super uncomfortable, but it's warm.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.